Welcome to week 2, sixth graders of online learning. I sure miss seeing all your faces. Hey, this week, if you feel like it, send me a picture of you in your workspace. I would love to see that. You don't have to, it's totally optional. So, I want to share with you a couple of points for this week that I think will help you be feeling ready for our English class online. This will be quick, so tune in. Here we go. This week's learning is now in our regular English Google Classroom. So instead of going to the shared Google Classroom, that's going to be a place where you just get a weekly communication or kind of an overview of classes. Your actual work time for English, you go back to second period, third, or fifth period, depending on your class. Awesome English, Decker 2019-2020. That's where your work will be housed. Okay? Each day, I'm going to post the day's slides that walk you through the learning. All of the resources and directions for that day's work will actually be in those slides. You'll notice I already posted Mr. Yakabuchi posted Monday's assignment and slides for you. You're welcome to look at those ahead of time, but you do not have to do anything with them until Monday. Okay? From here out, we will be checking your work for completion and giving feedback, even if you don't see scores in student view at this point. Our recommendation is this. When you log in to do your English work for the day, always start with the slides first. If those tell you to do an assignment, then you can open the assignment and get started. Here's what I mean by that. So I just opened second period Awesome English. If you're in period 2, this is where you would go. You can find the new assignment posted here for the day that you log in. You can also go to classwork and you'll see online learning week 2. Each day's assignment will be right there. If you open up Mondays, you'll see that there are some directions. It says, before you open any of these documents, please make sure you've watched the video update for this week. That's what you're doing right now, so good job. So step 1 is you're going to read through the slides. These are the Google slides, and follow all the directions in those slides. Step 2, when you're finished with the slides, open your copy of this document and fill it out, and then click Turn In or the Turn In button when you're done. So that's how you would look at each day's work. I want to give you a quick weekly overview. So Mr. Yakabuchi and I are going to be sharing some things with you daily for you to work on, but we want you to feel like you have some sense of like familiarity with what you're doing, or that you can have some confidence in knowing what to expect each day from English time. We are trying to keep it to about 30 minutes of work per day. That does not include your silent reading time or independent reading time, but that would be the actual lesson for the day. Okay, this is what each week will look like. If you look at Mondays, we're going to start something called the Wonder Day Research Project. I'm really excited for you to get to start it on Monday. We think you'll enjoy doing some research in a unique way online. On Tuesdays, you can expect to do word parts practice or an online quiz. This week, we'll be doing Unit 11. So on Tuesday, when you log in, you'll see the new assignment. Open the slides. It'll tell you exactly what to do to practice your word parts this week. On Wednesdays is Reading Plus still. You'll notice, though, when you get to Wednesday, that you do not have to do 4 readings and 2 vocabs. We're only going to be doing 2 C readers and 2 vocabs per week so that you can try to complete those on Wednesdays. And I do want you to email me if you're done with 100 readings and 50 vocabs so I can coordinate with you an alternative assignment for Wednesdays. On Thursdays, you'll get to do independent reading response assignment. So you know how you're reading independently each day, or at least 5 days a week. On Thursdays, you'll get to do something with that reading where you actually respond to some questions for me. And on Fridays, we're going to do something called COVID Chronicles. It's journaling. And as I mentioned in my last video, I really encourage you to try to think about how you might decide to journal some of your experiences during this time. I'll have some checkpoint and a check-in day that day with you and give you a chance to share some of your journaling with me. I won't ever post any of your journals entries for other students to read, and you can just share what you're comfortable with. So, due dates. You actually have a week from when we assign each day's work to turn it in, but we encourage you to try to finish it on the same day if you can, and then submit. As far as independent reading, encourage yourself, like really push yourself to find 20 to 30 minutes a day outside of English class time. So remember, English class is about 30 minutes along with your other classes, and then 20 to 30 minutes of silent reading or independent reading. Pick a relaxing spot in your house to do that. If you have a quiet environment, great. If not, I understand, and some days it'll be easier than others. Try to read daily if you can. And once you have um, finished your nonfiction book, some of you either don't have your nonfiction book with you or you already finished it, feel free to pick another novel from your house or another book you've been excited to read. We will not be meeting in our nonfiction book clubs from here on out, but that doesn't mean you need to abandon your book. I'd encourage you to um, keep reading it and finish it up, and you can even use it for this week's Thursday reading assignment. When you do finish, have a book of choice. And if you have books at home, like I said, great. If not, here are some options. Touching Spirit Bear and Far North are both two excellent books. And Mrs. Hoffman was nice enough to share a PDF version of those books that I will post on Google Classroom so that you can read either of those books or both during this time. We also have a special thing happening. Miss Schlehuber and Mrs. Winey are actually reading aloud a book. One of my favorite books this year is called The Truth is Told by Mason Buttle. She got special permission from the author herself to read this aloud. So I will also post a Google document for that if you want to open up chapter by chapter and listen to that book being read. You can also check it out from Hoopla, I believe, or Overdrive from Poudre River Public Library, and you can read along with them or just listen. And then, of course, Hoopla, Overdrive, and Audible Stories online are great places to find books. Sixth graders, I am always available throughout the week. Right now, you can check in with me through email, joyd@psdschools.org. I will try my best not to email you constantly. So I would love for you to email me if you have questions, if there's an assignment that you need help with, or if you just need clarification. We can also set up a chat through a program called Microsoft Teams if you ever need to have a conference with me outside of just emailing, but we can even set that up through email. Again, email is the best way to get a hold of me. From there, we can always look at other options if you need more than just an email. Okay, I hope you're doing really well, and please check in with me if you need anything, and I can't wait to see some of your work this week. Good luck.